Welcome to Chaos to Clarity, where we discuss healing trauma with godly guidelines. I'm your host, Jean. Welcome back. Today, we're getting into some reality, something that a lot of us struggle with but don't always talk about openly. Knowing when to walk away, choosing peace over pain. How do you know when, as a Christian, it's time to walk away from a situation that's causing you more pain than peace? Because, let's be honest, somewhere along the way, many of us were taught that being a quote unquote good Christian means staying no matter how hard it gets, staying no matter how much it hurts, and staying to prove our love, our loyalty, or even our faith. But what if I told you that's not always what God is asking you to do? There's a difference between endurance and obedience. The difference between enduring something God has called you to walk through and remaining somewhere He's actually trying to pull you out of. Endurance has purpose, but staying in the wrong place, that can lead to destruction. Sometimes we stay because we feel guilty or we are afraid of what others will think. And sometimes we stay because we've confused suffering with obedience. But hear me clearly, not every painful situation is our cross to bear. What did Jesus do? When we look at Jesus's life, yes, he loved deeply, he served others, he sacrificed, and he forgave, but he also walked away. There were times he withdrew from crowds, times he stepped away from people who didn't receive him, times where he chose peace over constant conflict. He didn't chase places where he was continuously dishonored or disrespected. Let that sink in. And if Jesus, perfect, loving, and full of grace, knew when to step back, why do we feel like we're supposed to stay in environments that are breaking us? God is not in chaos. The Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians 14:33 that God is not a God of disorder, but a God of peace. So if you're in a situation that's constantly producing confusion, anxiety, emotional exhausting, or spiritual distance from God, you need to pause and you need to ask, is this really where God wants me to be? Because God's presence always brings peace and clarity, even if it's not easy. Guarding our hearts. Proverbs 4:23 says to guard your heart above all else because it determines the course of your life. That means the heart matters to God, and guarding your heart sometimes looks like setting boundaries, saying no, or even walking away. Walking away doesn't always mean a lack of love. Sometimes it is the deepest form of wisdom we can have, even when peace isn't possible. Romans 12:18 says, if it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Notice that first part. If it is possible, that means it won't always be possible, no matter how much we try to make a situation peaceful. Sometimes it's not. And in those moments, we are not called to destroy ourselves, to force something that God never designed to work out. I know that one hit me hard too, okay? Let go without guilt. Walking away is hard. It can feel like failure. It can feel like you giving up. But sometimes walking away is actually obedience. Sometimes it's God saying, This is no longer where I want you. This is not where you're going to grow. This is not where peace lives. And you can love people and still release them. That's something that a lot of us have a hard time doing, but it is possible. We can forgive and still create distance. We can have a good heart. This is where I fall into, and still choose a better environment. So if you've been feeling torn, drained, or stuck in something that's hurting you more than helping you, take it to God. Ask for clarity, ask for peace, and ask for the strength to obey what He shows you or tells you, even if it means walking away. God's will for you isn't chaos, it's peace, it's growth, it's wholeness, and sometimes the most faithful thing we can do is to let it go. I'm praying for you all, and I hope that this helps you. And if you think somebody else could benefit from this, share it with them. Until next time, friends.